sometimes I really do not understand where these people are actually getting their guts from. Honestly, it is a guts, it is the audacity for me. And you know, the funniest part of it all is when they are done throwing their tantrum, they will just decide to start running. Now, explain to me what it simply means for a white person to actually go and dress like a black person because you just want black people to talk. Then at the end of the day, you will come out here to say black people are racist. Black people are literally just minding their business. So what they just do right now is not just sit down and talk about black people, but to go into wearing a costume that is obviously an insult to black people. And apart from that, some of these, their men that are coming out to be like, oh, they want to air out what is on their chest because a lot of white folks are actually scared to say this. Anyways, watch this video first. Watch this video from beginning to the end. Credit belongs to original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you so much to everyone dropping commentaries. I do not take you guys for granted. Let's watch this video and I'll be back with commentaries.
The world's obsession with deeply melanated women, with melanin-rich women, with black women needs to be fucking studied. Why would you put on that costume? I don't even know what to say. Like, I don't even, it gets to a motherfucking point. It gets to a point. What is that? I don't even know what to say. Literal costumes, literal blackface. Like, people are so obsessed. Yet they swear that they can't stand us and we have no culture and everybody got black fatigue, which you can't have black fatigue if you're not a black person, but y'all already know they co-ops and colonize. Everybody in the fucking world swears that they cannot stand black people, particularly black women, yet this is the type of shit that they do. In every part of the world, somebody's copying us. They swear we have no culture, don't nobody care, ain't nobody trying to be like you. Explain this. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. The obsession is real.
It genuinely gives zero about your guys' feelings, and I will come on here and say all the uncomfortable truths that everybody knows is true, but absolutely nobody will talk about. Black people are the most racist individuals that there is in 2025. As a white person, I certainly can't go to a black community and feel safe. But when they come to white communities, it's like they're in Disneyland. I used to be an addict, so every time I'd go down to Newark, I would have to make sure I was strapped. I don't think they have to feel the same way about going out in a white community. Matter of fact, they can come here and say whatever they want. They can call me white boy this, white boy that, white whatever the and I'm just simply not going to comply with the double standard. I genuinely do not care one bit about your guys' feelings, and I'll tell you the truth. And the truth is, in 2025, white kids are being raised to be accepting individuals, and it's not the other way around. And everybody knows that.
And he's absolutely right. I gotta be objective. I gotta call a spade a spade. And I think that there is some nuance here. So let's go ahead and get the pleasantries out of the way. Of course, there are some still racist white people. Of course, there are racist black people. Of course, there are some white people that raise their children to be a little bit more demonic. And of course, there are black people to raise their children to be a little bit more demonic. So nobody's a monolith. And when we talk about the majority, not the minority. So now that we got the pleasantries out of the way, let's ask ourselves this question. Is it the truth? Is it the truth, and why? And I think that the why is what we then explore after we evaluate if it's the truth. And from my perspective, as a black person that, understand that we have to be a part of the Democrat plantation and, that the label, because I mean, be honest with you, like, I get called out of my name because I'm objective enough to actually see the truth from what it is, and I divest myself from the idea that all white people are bad, or all Jewish people are bad, or all this is bad. And so when we then get rid of that mentality, you start to see it. The veil is lifted from your eyes. And if you go into some of these households and you talk amongst these circles, and white people are now being able to see it for themselves because racist black people feel comfortable saying whatever it is that they want to say. And when he even described the whole idea of they can say white boy this, white boy that, if you say black boy this, black boy that as a white person, you are 1000% going to be labeled as racist. White people are labeled as racist before they ever even open up their mouth. If black people think you stare at them wrong, you racist. If you didn't get the job, you racist. If you are called out on your behavior on a Carnival cruise ship, oh, I can't believe they don't want the black dollar. Like, you will never hear openly people say, I can't believe they don't want the white dollar. You know what I'm saying? And so the litmus test is always, if you don't feel comfortable with somebody doing to you what you...
White people are obsessed with black people, and I think that obsession needs to be studied. It started with woke, then they attacked DEI, last week it was black fatigue, and now we're at black privilege, a privilege I didn't know I had.
Black people, you're lucky we don't have the same mentality of you. Lucky we don't have the same mentality of you. Otherwise, y'all'd be gone. Black privilege is getting worse by the year. And by worse, I mean they're getting more bold with their schemes and their actions.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
I wish someone would have told me in all my 40 years on this earth that I have black privilege, because what am I benefiting from? And you want to talk about schemes? Your people invented schemes. This whole goddamn country is a scheme and a setup.
A scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the bush.
The funniest part about racism to me is that they're absolutely obsessed with us and we don't think about them at all. But when we remind them that they are racist, they get mad that they're racist, and then they throw out the same racist tropes. It's like they have the same manual of how to be racist and what to say to try to hurt our feelings. And it's not even hurtful. Like, try something new, get a new script. Which leads me to the next thing I found online. There is a trend happening that white boys are putting up videos fantasizing about being beat up by big black men, or being like dominated by the big black men. And they're putting up all these stories like a 6'5" Dread beat me up because I'm in his hood, or 6'6" Tyreek, 6'5" Tyrone. And I'm like, why do you guys...
Excuse me, I'm fucking out of here right now.
Why do you guys think about us so much? You want to be dominated by a black man? My brain hurts, man. Like, I want one day to come on this app and for white people to talk about just being white without bringing us up. Just one day. Just one day.
Racism is really just infatuation. They're not going to tell you that, though. Like, they're absolutely, like, think about it. Racist white people, they really hate black people simply because they love their skin. Like, they love your dark skin. Think about a dark skinned black person. Do you not know how rich and beautiful that skin looks? Do you know how rich and beautiful that it looks? It literally, you can just look at it and tell that it holds power. So it's more over a thing, like they look at it and they're like, wow, I admire that. But I hate that you have it and I don't. So I have to make you feel bad for it. That's why they spend so much time trying to get us broken up, you know, even too, like when it comes amongst our own people. Like, that's why colorism exists, all of that, because they want you to hate your own kind. Because we really, to be honest, deep down inside, we're intimidated. We love you, but we also hate you. But we don't know what to do with the energy that we love your skin and your culture and certain things that we like about it so much. So guess what? We have to make you hate it. And now I want to do things. And then too, I'm getting into white supremacy. Now, when it comes to white supremacy, it's like I have to do things to put myself in higher power so that you can feel less. You got to feel below me because you already hold power. I can look at you and just tell. Look at your dark, rich skin. And even too, when it's moisturized, do you see how you look? Nah, I got to figure out something. They was probably like, nah, we got to figure out something to keep these people distracted, to make them hate themselves, to keep the world divided. We need to feel better than them at all costs. Let's figure out something. But deep down inside this infatuation, I love your skin. I love your skin. I just want you to hate it though, because I can't have it, or I really desire that for myself, but it can't happen for me, so I'm going to make you hate it. That's what it is.
So you asked me to make a video about the obsession white women have with black women and the way it relates to the Groyper culture and the obsession that these white boys and men have with black masculinity. So here it is. Because see, when we talked about Groyper culture and white men obsessing over black masculinity, it's the same coin, just flipped. White women have always been positioned as the standard of fragility and femininity. Pure, desirable, soft. But when they see black women thriving in education, in career, in culture, that lie starts to crumble. And that's when the obsession kicks in. You see it in how our style, our slang, our bodies, our culture, our fashion, our music gets copied, but never credited. You see it in how black women are demonized when we do it, and white women are praised when they do it. It's an aesthetic when they imitate us. It's ghetto when we do it naturally. Braids, nails, lip curves, jewelry, lingo. It's all us. But when they do it, it gets rebranded as trendy or influencer aesthetic. But see, it goes even deeper because there's resentment. Because see, the patriarchy promised white women a pedestal. And yet here we are, black women consistently breaking through barriers that were meant to keep us back, succeeding in areas that were not built for us, outperforming white men in education, outpacing in entrepreneurship, becoming cultural leaders. That shakes the myth of white female supremacy. So the obsession is really a mix of envy and control. They admire us, they copy us, but they also police us. We see this, again, in Groyper culture, in incel culture, with white men and black male masculinity. They want to make sure that we don't get too far ahead. They love to criticize, and it makes a lot of us wonder, can there really be allyship? It's a symptom of living in a system where whiteness has to be the default.
The biggest reason that I know that white feminism is a real problem is just the perceived threat that so many white women feel from black women just existing. Before I continue, I'm gonna reference myself as attractive. Yes, I know, shocker. I did this before and y'all got on my ass. I don't know what to say, we're gonna keep doing it. But as a black woman, when you transition from unattractive to being perceived as attractive, you will notice a change in behavior from not only men, but also women, specifically white women. Especially when you don't fit a certain stereotype that they associate with your race and what they deem a black woman should act like. It's almost like they don't know how to act with you and they end up, feeling this contempt. They implicitly know that they are the standard. They have been socialized to know that. It's been their experience to have men want them of any race. But in that, they also know that whiteness is sort of blankness. And I actually don't mean that in a mean way. I mean, it is the standard. It's the norm. It is the opposite of exoticism. So in their male-centered minds, they're thinking, yeah, in majority of cases, I'm going to get the guy. But when they want a little switch up, a change from their usual, that is when women of color, specifically black women, become a big threat. It's a lot of them sort of know that a lot of girls look like them. A lot of pretty girls look like them. They can never account for the allure of a deviation from that norm. So when they see an attractive black woman, it's okay, I have to see, how can I fight against this? I don't have the facilities to fight against this. And to compensate for that, I think that's why we see a lot of white women try to play into the features of women of color. The style, the slick backs, the lip filler, aneurysms, all of it. They want to be able to oscillate between all types of attractiveness, become this sort of maxed out woman who has every single thing a guy could ever want at any time. Because they are so used to being the standard, they cannot accept someone wanting something different. So they kind of try to borrow parts of you to be.
White women have been socialized to be meek and small, not black women. Black women are socialized to be outspoken, assertive, and unapologetically present. Historically speaking, white femininity has been conditioned around the ideas of delicacy, passivity, and a deference to male authority, especially within the nuclear family structure. Black women, on the other hand, have often been socialized differently due to historical necessity and cultural resilience. Enslaved black women were never afforded the luxury of passive femininity. They worked, fought, and led alongside and often in place of black men. Legacy of strength, outspokenness, and resilience has been passed down through generations. Also, black households are often more matriarchal due to systemic racism like mass incarceration, economic disparity, etc. Many black families have been woman led. Mothers, grandmothers, aunties taking on central roles in decision making and household leadership. This means that young black girls growing up seeing women in authoritative positions, which encourages assertiveness and self assurance. In contrast, traditional white middle class families have often reinforced male dominance, teaching daughters to be submissive, agreeable, and polite. Because of these differences, black women are more likely to speak up and challenge authority and assert their opinions because they've seen women in their family do the same. White women are more likely to prioritize harmony and avoid confrontation and defer to male voices because they've been taught that their comfort depends on not rocking the boat. This also plays a role in workplaces, activism, and relationships, where black women are often labeled as angry or aggressive for behaviors that would be seen as leadership or confidence in males. Meanwhile, white women are often rewarded for their passivity, being considered agreeable or team players. Black women are often seen to be assertive and unyielding. They are often punished for these traits, being labeled as angry, aggressive, or difficult when they refuse to shrink themselves. Society pathologizes black women's strengths, weaponizing it against them in the workplace, media, and everyday interactions. Meanwhile, white women grow to resent their own socialization. They are taught to be passive, people-pleasing, and dependent on male opinions or approval. This resentment often manifests in one or two ways. Either a conscious unlearning of patriarchal conditioning or a toxic deflection of their frustrations onto those who embody the confidence that they lack. The latter fuels the infamous Karen phenomenon. White women wield their racial privilege as a weapon, where they often punish black women for taking up space unapologetically. This dynamic creates a bitter rift between black and white women. One group is vilified for their strength, and the other abuses their privilege to gain a false sense of confidence and power. And until white women confront how white supremacy and patriarchy have shaped their behaviors, society stops punishing black women for their resilience against oppression, this tension will persist, leaving both groups trapped in a cycle of misdirected anger and unfulfilled solidarity. Anyways, tell me what you think about this, you guys. I only brought this up because I do think that black women and white women are socialized completely different. And this is why we keep having these conversations about black femininity and white femininity and, this idea that white women are more soft and, nurturing, et cetera, et cetera. We are socialized completely different because of, history, right? Because of necessity for survival. Like, our survival is different. White women's survival depends on getting along with white men, whereas black women's survival depends on not falling victim to white supremacy and patriarchy. Or will be, anyways, just tell me what you think about this. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to leave a comment and give me your thoughts, you guys.
Anyways, welcome back, guys. That is all I got for this particular video. And you can see from the first clip, where a white man will literally, or a white woman, whatsoever that is wearing that costume, I really do not know, but God will not forgive those people. wearing a costume that is looking like a black person and trying to literally mock black people, then at the end of the day, if black people actually reacted, they are going to start tagging it as black people are racist. Now, you are a white person, why not just do with your white costume? But you can hear from the video clips how they are laughing that they really did this particular thing, not because they just want to have fun, but because they just want to mock black people. But this is the same skin that these people are literally dying to have. This is the same skin color that a lot of them are wishing to have, because at the end of the day, I cannot go under the sun and turn red, but they can go under the sun and turn red or even turn blue or purple. No matter the color you want to name it, just go ahead and name it. You know, black people always keep minding their business until these people will decide to use their hand and drag black people outside. And the moment black people start talking, it becomes a food for thought. It becomes what each and every one of them we actually go and fly over. Now look at the second clip where that's Coconut Head is actually saying that he's not scared. He don't even care about white people's and black people's feeling. You can see the kind of words that these people actually pull out of their mouths without even considering it. He's not only coming out to say black people are racist, but he's coming out to rub it to our face that he literally do not care about our feeling. And apart from he literally do not care about our feelings, he went ahead and said, if he found himself with black people, he is literally scared. Now, you are literally scared as a white person among black people, but you are not scared of a lot of crime that has been happening in your own community. You know, one thing they love doing is they love playing the victim card. They love making it look like we are the problem. Black people are the problem. See, I keep saying it. They will just keep getting disappointed because at the end of the day, we're literally just sitting down without even talking to them, minding our business, but they cannot mind their business because they're literally obsessed with every single thing about a black person. They literally love to be us. They want to explore like us. They want to do things like us. They want to eat like us. They want our culture. But at the end of the day, they are always them pretending about it. In every single clip I've been able to play for you, you can be able to see that there is this beauty of being a black person. And that is why each and every single one of them cannot keep quiet or cannot do without any single thing without mentioning a black person. I've said it. If you like something, come out plain and say it and said, oh, I like these things, as simple as that. Before you know, there was that saying black people have black fatigue. Because they know that their white fatigue is actually killing them. It didn't end there. They will come back and say black people are more privileged. Black people get more welfare. East, west, north, and south. A lot of things that these people do at times. Sometimes I sit down and I look at myself and I be like, I don't blame God when God actually said black people are actually the chosen people, because you can see that most of them, their nuts don't touch. There's something we call not touch in Nigeria. I'm sorry if I'm using maybe vernacular language or pidgin, whatever you call it, that you don't understand. But I feel like their number 6 is not complete. Something has actually tampered with some part of their brains. That is why whenever they carry their camera or they carry their phone to speak, they don't know what they are speaking. They speak nonsense. And I keep saying it, a lot of white folks, you have a job to do, especially if you're watching me as a white person. You have a job to do. Go and induct your people. Go and tell them to learn how to mind their business when a lot of people are minding their business. Because they'll go ahead and say, oh, black people commit more crime, black people commit more murder, black people do more of the kid. And at the end of the day, they are the ones that are getting the white on white crimes. They are the ones that love formulating things. They are the ones that love looking for black people's trouble. So you guys can give us a break, please. Give us a break and let us breathe. Anyways, let me know what you think about this video, guys. Credit belongs to original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. If you haven't subscribed, like this video, drop me a comment, and lastly, do not forget to share. And this is just for educational purposes. I stand a chance to be corrected, so feel free to correct me in the comment section. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Do not touch the dial. Come back for more. Bye for now. I love you guys. Mwah.